So it looks like Paizo just dropped another slew of content on everyone with the announcement that the next few Pathfinder projects have now been revealed, and it looks like we're all heading to Tian Xia or Tian Xia. I'm not sure how this is pronounced actually, so I'll let those of you out there who are experts on this let me know. The blog post just came out a little while ago. I'm recording this at 5 p.m. Central Time on March 2nd, 2023. It says here, everyone, James here with some news. Starting this fall, Pathfinder will be turning the globe a bit as we head to a region we know a lot of you have been waiting for. Eleanor, James Jacobs, and I, not to mention the rest of the team and a stellar list of authors, are proud to announce the setting of the next few Pathfinder projects coming down the road, Tian Xia. Starting at the end of this year and continuing into 2024, we'll be diving into this region like never before to bring you adventures, stories, and character options inspired by this land. So let's take a look at what's coming up. So right off the bat, we get a really cool map laid out of this new area. The map is by Damien Mamoliti. I do like that map. All right, it says here, first up, Seasons of the Ghost Adventure Path. The narrative team is going to kick things off with this adventure path in October of 2023. It is a horror-themed campaign set in the haunted lands of Shenmen and begins just after the small town of Willowshore celebrates the Season of Ghosts, a local festival to appease Shenmen's many evil ghosts and spirits and ensure safety for the coming year. Yet this year, something's gone wrong. The player characters woke to find their hometown of Willowshore has fallen under a sinister curse and has been invaded by monsters. In the months to come, the heroes must help the people of Willowshore prepare for winter while working to discover the cause of the curse that's cut them all off from the rest of the world. Is it the work of a fiend? The machinations of a vengeful ghost? Or is it something much, much worse? More art from Damon Mamoliti. That's pretty cool. Says Seasons of the Ghost will take your PCs from first level to 12th level over the following volumes, 4 different volumes. Some of That Never Was by Sen HHS, Let the Leaves Fall by Joan Hong with additional articles by Tan Cho Han and Grady Wang, with No Breath to Cry by Dan Cascone and Eleanor Ferrone, with additional articles by Jeremy Bloom, Dana Abert, Joshua Kim, and Michelle E. Kim, and To Bloom Below the Web by Leanne Mercier with additional articles by Jeremy Bloom, Joshua Kim, and Michelle E. Kim. It says you might notice that this is the first 4-part adventure path, that this is our first part adventure path for a very good reason. Each of this adventure path volumes take place over the course of a different season, starting with the rainy summer and ending in the spring. And with each season's passing, the stakes the heroes face escalate, and the revelations in store will shock the townsfolk of Willowshore to the core. Will your group of adventurers be able to save their hometown from a mysterious supernatural horror, or will your hometown simply become the next of Shinmen's haunted ruins? Then it says in 2024, prepare for not one but 2 Lost Omens books from the Rules and Lore team. It says the Lost Omens Tian Xia World Guide will cover the many diverse nations and cultures that inhabit Tian Xia. Snippets of the lore and history have come to Avestan via merchants and immigrants, but this book will present a look at the whole picture from the elemental hegemony and Yagui wars that shaped the landscape in ancient times to the return of Hao Jin in the modern era. Learn the secrets behind the undying Emperor Vixing, whose return is still awaited in Po Li. Offer a small prayer to the local kami, Anito, or Kaiju. See if you find satisfaction in the service of the Empress of Heaven, Shizuru, or the explosive rivalry between the dancing gods Mugura and Rithu. In an age ruled by heroes unfettered by prophecy, change is sweeping across the continent. Some of you might have helped Amiko Kajitsu dispose the Jade Regent and ascend to the throne of Minkai, and now witness the new Ondori era under her rule. Step into the nation of Bakuan, now that a Poli oracle is convinced it to ease its restrictions and open its borders. Hao Jin's tapestry people now live here too, descendants of a past once thought lost for good. Amanandar, a nation now as Tian in heritage as it is Taldan, has declared its independence with the blessings of Queen Eutropia and renamed herself as Linvar. Visitors from Avistan may delight in its Grogristan lion dances or pick up a few words of the national language of Taltian. Journey the perilous Valshamai jungle and find your way upon the Valashraj, flourishing among the ruins shattered by giant beasts and monsters. The World Guide will lead you through these nations and more before giving GMs a bestiary containing the continent's monsters, from the ferocious four-horned Oyen to the aristocrat-eating Yangno. I like that turtle with the lamp. Really cool stuff. And look at the sandals. All right. Said after that, they're going to have the Lost Omens Tian Xia character guide, which is going to introduce new rule options to bring your character to life with 6 new ancestries and numerous backgrounds to provide the seeds for new player characters. They'll also find expanded heritage and feats for existing ancestries that might be more common in Tian Xia than other areas, like the Peachild Leshy heritage, or the Bakua lizard folk heritage. Yeah. Book also contains numerous character options to flesh out Tian adventures, whether that's skill feats or a new mage's hybrid study. Very cool. They're going to give us a sneak peek here into 3 of the new ancestries coming in the character guide. We've got the Samsaran, alt by Paulo Megalahes. Samsarans have reincarnated many times, and they will do so many times more. They dwell in enclaves. Okay, they can call upon memories of their past selves to aid them in skill checks. Oh, that's dope. Perhaps recalling life as a painter as they observe a piece of art, and they can share some of their powerful life essence with an ally to heal them. Very interesting. What is this? We have Waiyangs, which are a diasporic people who have sailed from the shadow plane to the oceans and forests of Tian Xia. They value freedom and knowledge and organize in societies and overlapping circles around wise teachers and artisans. They kind of look like kobolds, sort of. They have abilities that let them harness their shadows through specific dances. More magically inclined might gain a dreaming heirloom with occult powers. What is this? Is this like a raccoon? Tanuki are fun-loving people who are determined to get the most out of life before their luck runs out. They can shapeshift into a variety of forms, such as a teapot. They like to play illusions and tricks on others. And they enjoy drumming on their bellies under the full moon. Awesome. And then they have a huge list of writers. I've read some of the names off here, but there's a huge list here for those of you who want to read this at your leisure. But we got a couple of cover art images here. And this is signed by James K. Senior Designer, Eleanor Ferrone, Senior Designer, and James Jacobs, Narrative Creative Director. Um, so yeah, this is pretty cool. It's really interesting for me because I'm just now getting into Starfinder and Pathfinder and learning more about all these worlds. And it's a great time to be involved because every time I turn around, it's like every week there's more stuff coming out. And I know some people have said, oh, they always are like this. That's why you sign up for a subscription. Um, I've also heard that even though that is true, the recent press and everything else, they're making hay while the sun shines in the wake of Dungeons and Dragons having sort of just ruined the reputation for at least the foreseeable future. So Paizo, this looks like another home run out of the park. It has a lot of influences I think are going to be very interesting in that it's not necessarily another, Western type fantasy supplement. This is definitely giving us more culture than just a generic fantasy world, and I could appreciate that more than anything else because I think there's a lot of stuff I've been watching, especially I've been reading up on like the Coyote and Wolf setting that I read the other day using indigenous cultures in North America and looking at those, it's got me thinking a lot about where we live in the part of the world that our homestead is in because it's a lot of Mayan culture and everybody around here is Mayan in culture and there's so much richness in all of these different cultures around the world. So I love seeing stuff like this where it's not just more dragons and castles and elves and dwarves and stuff. It's really cool to see this kind of stuff. So I'm excited. It's a great time to be in Pathfinder world because I keep seeing new stuff come out every single week, and now I've got even more books that I have to plan ahead for. So, yeah, if you want me to buy those books, you need to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon and support the channel with membership, super chat, super thanks, and all those good things so that I can keep doing this full time. Don't forget the Patreon page behind me, along with the sleeping person because Chris is taking a nap today. Stick around. We got a lot more stuff coming at the pipeline with Pathfinder, Starfinder, and beyond. Thanks, everybody. Till next time, happy reading. Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. Pretty cool stuff.